Peace to everyone, and welcome to the premiere of a brand new high-stakes theological investigation called the Exodus Code. Over this series, we will forensically analyze the most mysterious portable structure in antiquity, the Wilderness Tabernacle. We are decoding its precise architecture, legal weights, and metallurgy to show how this desert palace is a microscopic blueprint for cosmic redemption. Our investigation begins at the absolute outer gate, where every human approach is halted by a massive smoking boundary line of justice called the Altar of Bronze. To understand the psychological shockwave of the tabernacle, you must look at the Geometry of Ingress. When an Israelite stepped through the outer gate, they were not greeted by soft music or comforting imagery. God was establishing an unbending legal reality before the nation. You cannot stroll casually into the presence of infinite holiness. Before you ever see the gold of the inner tent, you must confront the bronze of judicial settlement. Let's run a metallurgical analysis on this structure. The inner furniture of the tabernacle is made of pure gold, but the outer altar is encased entirely in bronze. In ancient symbolism, bronze was the metal of endurance, able to contain intense, non-stop fire without warping or collapse. God commands that the altar must have 4 horns, forged out of one piece with the structure. In antiquity, the horns of the altar were the ultimate legal sanctuary for the accused. If an accused man gripped those horns, he placed his life under the direct custody of the court. Why did this engine of fire have to burn day and night? It reveals the core mechanics of biblical substitution. Under the covenant code, the payment for missing the mark of perfection is the cessation of life the ledger must balance. When a worshiper brought an unblemished sacrifice to the bronze altar, they placed their hands on the head of the innocent substitute to transfer moral debt. The substitute absorbed the fire of the judgment so that the human could walk away with a clean, validated status. It was a graphic, visceral demonstration that redemption is never free. It is always funded by an innocent life. How does this code find its explosive fulfillment under the New Covenant? The writer of Hebrews pulls back the architectural veil. All the thousands of rivers of blood spilled on that bronze grate over centuries could never permanently clear the human conscience. They were just temporary placeholders, shadows of a coming reality. When Jesus Christ steps onto the hill of Golgotha, he steps onto the true cosmic altar of bronze. He stands inside the unyielding heat of divine justice against human rebellion. He absorbs the full legal liability of our broken ledgers into his own flesh. Because his value is infinite, his single, unrepeated sacrifice balances the books of eternity forever, rendering the ancient bronze engine obsolete. This changes our entire operational paradigm. You no longer have to pace the floors of your mind trying to earn your way into the favor of God or manufacture your own righteousness. When guilt, anxiety, or past failures attempt to indict you in the courtroom of your conscience, you do exactly what the ancient Israelite did. You run into the courtyard, you bypass the crowd, and you lock your hands onto the horns of the altar. You anchor your confidence entirely in the finished work of Jesus Christ. The court of heaven looks at the altar, looks at your grip, and declares that your debt is fully paid. The design metric is perfectly square. God explicitly commands that the altar must be equal on all sides. This is a beautiful mathematical shadow of kingdom access. The altar does not favor one direction over another. Whether you approach from the north, south, east, or west, whether your background is filled with elite privilege or deep brokenness, the distance to the settling fire of grace is exactly the same. It is an unbending democratic standard of total equality at the foot of justice. Let us run an intense baseline audit on your spiritual security this evening. Where are you anchoring your confidence? Are you acting like a self-justifier trying to sneak past the outer courtyard using your career achievements or your good behavior as currency? Are you an anxious debtor, constantly terrified that your past accounts are going to catch up with you? Or are you an altar-anchored disciple? Drop the frantic efforts tonight. Look at the smoking altar of Golgotha. The work is finished. The books are balanced, and your freedom is legally secured. As we bring our opening episode of the Exodus Code to a close, let us stand in the quiet dusk of the outer courtyard. What heavy ledger are you still carrying that Jesus already settled? It's time to let go of the dead. Turn your eyes to the altar, rest in the sufficiency of the substitute, and walk into the sanctuary of freedom. Thank you for watching. In our next episode, we will move to the second structural station, the bronze laver and the technology of cleansing. See you in the studio. God bless you. It is all about Jesus.